know anyone checked facts these days, he said. I get all my news from people I trust. My wife, my friends. I like to have a direct line, straight from the source. Kate pressed her lips together. She already regretted encouraging the conversation, but she didn't know how to end it politely. There were rules. Be accommodating. Pretend interest. Give them what they want. You started it. He smiled at her and drummed his fingers against the armrest, scattering crumbs. Anyway, he said, it sounds to me like you made a good choice, switching careers. This guy. He reminded her of Leonard Webb, although Leonard would have hated to hear that. He would have hated this guy's rounded gut and checkered button-down and Midwestern twang. And Kate hated the guy for reminding her of Leonard at all. The plane bounced again. Someone screamed behind them. The seatbelt light blinked off overhead, which couldn't be right. Out the window, the unfamiliar skyline tipped sideways in its oval frame, and Kate's stomach swayed. The guy was waiting for a follow-up, so she asked, unwillingly, "What do you do?" "Insurance. For farmers. I make sure they're not undervaluing their land. A lot of site visits." So, you're kind of a fact-checker, too." He looked at her like she was crazy. "No." The plane dipped. They were coming in over the water now, so low and close Kate felt sure they would topple in. She imagined the water closing over her head. Would she be relieved? Before she had figured out the answer, the ground materialized beneath them, an asphalt miracle, and the wheels touched down. Baggage claim. Kate waited with the rest of the tired passengers while the suitcases circled like alligators. The belt went on, and the crowd thinned as others were reunited with their luggage, and still Kate's bag did not appear. The back of her neck grew sweaty. 3 months was a long time, and she had brought only the one suitcase. If her clothes vanished now, she would be truly alone. Not even an outlet store sweater to keep her company. When it was just her and one nervous college student left standing at the carousel, her fraying red bag tumbled down the ramp. Relief made her lightheaded, like helium filling her skull. Outside, she scanned the congested arrivals area for her aunt. The lanes were a mess of honking cars, panicked drivers bent double over their steering wheels as they searched the sidewalk for their loved ones. She finally spotted Louise waving from behind the windshield of a recently waxed Volvo. Louise parked the car in the middle lane and leaped out to hug Kate, which earned her a few sharp tweets on the traffic marshal's whistle. Louise ignored him. She took Kate's shoulders in her hands, even though Kate was a good 6 inches taller than her, and held her away to scrutinize her. Kate did her own inventory. She hadn't seen her aunt in 3 years, but Louise looked exactly the same, only more tan. Like a deck that had been re-stained to a fresh but unrealistic brown. She was petite. She had a metabolism that could process pig lard into sinewy muscle, with a head of tight, tiny curls that always looked just a little wet. Louise was a harder, shinier version of Kate's mother, a version that had been dipped in enamel and set out to dry. Kate remembered Louise as nosy and annoying, but she hoped that her aunt had changed, or that she herself had grown more patient, or that she had simply misremembered. At last, Louise dropped her hands and declared, "You look exhausted." Kate managed a smile. "It's been a long day. I bet. 3 connections? Oh, you should have booked a direct flight." Louise grabbed the suitcase, and over Kate's protests, started wrestling it into the trunk. "I have an under-eye cream you can use. It'll take away the circles. And did you eat? We have plenty of food waiting at home. Oh, I should call Frank. Remind him to defrost the steak." If Louise was a renovated deck, Kate was a plaster wall under demolition. Pieces of herself were falling off in the balmy California air. "I can text him from the road if you want." "Oh, yes." Louise nodded, as if Kate were reminding her about a city she had visited a long time ago. Texting. Louise chattered all the way through San Francisco's endless loops of overpasses and underpasses, gushing words like a sprung fire hydrant. She told Kate how they had prepared the guest room, how excited...